Hello and welcome to Blender Bite Size. In this video I'll be showing you how to make this material procedurally in Blender. Feeling lazy? You can support this channel and skip the hard work by grabbing the blend file for this material from Gumroad for just £1. Feeling flush? Feel free to throw some of that coin my way using the coffee link in the description below the video. Okay, let's make a start. I've got my object loaded. I'm in the shading tab. I will enable viewport shading and I have a principled shader already applied to the object. So the first thing that I'm going to do is press Shift A to add a noise texture. That's going to go down here somewhere. Let's put it here. I will add a color ramp. Connect the factor from the noise texture to the color ramp. Then I'm going to create 2 duplicates of that. And I'm going to mix the bottom 2 together. Or am I? No, I'm not. I'm going to get a mix RGB node, and I'm going to take color from the second color ramp into color 1 and use the color from this color ramp in the factor. I will duplicate this again. Take the color from the mix shader into color 1 and the color from the top color ramp into the factor. Set the first mix shader as darken and the second as lighten. I'll come back to this color in a minute. We've got a few more things to add. I'm going to add a value node and a math node. And the value node is going to get plugged into the bottom value. We'll set that as add, and we're going to duplicate that twice. Plug each one into one of the noise textures. Sorry, into the scale slot of the noise textures. Add a mapping and texture coordinate node to one of these noise textures, but then connect it up to the other 2. Make sure the object is selected from texture coordinate. Now, if it helps, we can connect those into a single point and just move it so that it makes sense. Now, set this as 15. Sorry, the top value as 15, the middle value as 15, and the bottom value as 35. We're going to get the other value from somewhere else in a minute, and I will explain where. But first, for the noise textures, set the top one to 5, its roughness to 0.6, and distortion to 0.1. On the second one, the detail is 3, roughness of 0.75, distortion of 0.1. And on the last one, detail of 5, roughness of 0.75, distortion of 0.1. On the top color ramp, we're setting the interpolation mode as constant and bringing the white value over to about, let's say, 0.655. Now let's plug this into the base color so we can see something going on. Not a lot right now, more will happen soon. Change the bottom color ramp to constant as well. Move the white value to 0.8 position and the black value, let's say to 0.3. Now for the middle one, we're going to need some extra colours in the middle, and we will need it set to constant. That's a bit far. Let's say 0.4 for that colour, 0.6 for that colour, and 0.8 for the last colour. Now these are all going to make up the colours of our texture, so let's start adding some of those in. 0.4, let's put the saturation out here somewhere, and the hue, let's take it around into the brown. Take that value down a bit. Let's say there. So whatever those numbers are. For the next one, we're going to go very, very dark. So 0.01 on value and saturation all the way up to 1. To give us a very dark brown, and you can see what's happening here. For the third colour, we are going to go for something much lighter. Let's say there. And then for the final colour, again lighter and slightly more intense. Push that slightly into the yellower region or the orangey region a bit. Now on the mix shader that's set to darken, we're gonna increase the saturation a bit, bring down the value. We actually want to make this quite a dark, let's say dark reddish orange or dark red. About there would be good. And then for the second colour, push that value all the way up to white. Now we can intensify those colours a little bit with a hue saturation node plonked in between the mix shader and the principled shader, and set the saturation to 1.1 and the value to 1.5. The factor we need to take from the bottom color ramp into here, and you can see lots of things happening, but I want to scatter out that patterning. So what I'm going to do is select all of this and group it. Just before I do, I am going to change the roughness of the principled shader to 0.2, I think, so that we have a nice polished look. So I've selected all those things, Control G to group it, and then for our group input, we're going to plug that in to wherever we have a value in these math nodes. So there should be 3. We're going to come out so that we come out to the top group, and we're going to duplicate that twice. Then we are going to mix the top 2 together, and then mix the bottom one with the bottom mix shader. Oops. set the first mix shader to add and the second one to screen. Put the factor all the way up to 1 on both of those. And then change the values here, 3 in the top one, 6 in the bottom one, and let's say 12 in that, 3, 6 and 12. So basically doubling the start number that you start with each time. And you can see how that's scattered out and reproduced that pattern all over. Now I think I'd probably like just a little bit less roughness so it looks more polished. And then we should be ready to send that to render. So let's have a look. Okay, and there we have our polished granite shader. It's nice and simple, would work with lots of architectural visualization applications and various other things like that. So I hope you find it useful. If you have enjoyed the video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. Of course, subscribe for future content and let your other Blender chums know where I am. In the meantime, thanks for watching.